Good to be here. I brought the whole orchestra for you tonight. One, two, three, four. Here we go. Well, Daddy was a badass, old field white trash, never took nobody's lip. He was a honky-tonk dancer, even beat cancer, and 40 years smoking just quit. He had Korean pin-up black ink tattooed forearms from the war. He won a Purple Heart medal, but never heard him pedal the killing he did with the core. So they shipped him on home with his mind all blown, nightmares about his past. Well, it's a dang good thing Mama met Daddy, 'cause Daddy was a badass. You know he was. Well, he met Mama on the dance floor in deep East Texas. She was the belle of the ball. She had an old-bearing son just a giving him a run for his hand in marriage to call. So I took the rich kid to the back of the bar, threatened him with his life. He said, hey, little girl, your date had to leave, now you're gonna be my wife. I guess his country charm kinda turned her on, as 50 years has passed. Wait a minute! He got the one and only girl in the whole wide world, 'cause Daddy was a badass. Are y'all still out there? Well, Daddy made it out of the jelly rig patch, and gambling paid for his school. The University of Texas sure got reckless, living on 8-ball pool. He had back room all night poker games, a pistol by a rotary phone. He was a hot tip handicapper on football, never took a student loan. So he passed with honors for selling numbers to everybody in his class. And they drove back home to old East Texas. Well, you know what he was. Watch this. Us kids, and they built a little house and they started that company. They made drilling bits for the oil rigs and made a shit ton of money. Hired all my uncles and the good old boys back in his roughneck days, till his shop burned down, lost everything he had, and they went their separate ways. So he bought $5 grand, he flew to Vegas, he put it on the red and black. He made 200 G's. He got the business back, y'all. And he sold his business. The kids are grown and gone. He said, woman, I just can't sit around here. You know I gotta keep bringing it on. Climbed on his 1963 Panhead Harley Davidson and rode it wide open till the end of the world, off a cliff and into the sun. Now at his funeral, Mama was smiling, said that's the way he should have passed. In a blaze of glory, he was just done with the world, Jack, 'cause Daddy was a badass. Yeah, 'cause Daddy was a badass. Yeah, he was. Daddy was a badass. Do some new songs for y'all tonight off this record I got that I made with Shooter Jennings. I made this record with Shooter Jennings before I made that record with Samantha. And we put it on the hold for a little bit. And I'd met Shooter when he was 15 years old. And I was playing with his dad. We were making a record called Right for the Time. And I was closer to Shooter's age than I was to the guys in Waylon's band. I wasn't using too much of a razor back then. But then my friend Shooter, who had spent 100,000 hours in a studio by the time I called him, had become a big Grammy Award-winning producer. And I called him and I said, well, I guess you know why I'm calling, right? And he said, yeah, come on. So we recorded this song about this guy who's a friend of mine out in Marfa, Texas. He passed away during COVID, and he was a legendary artist. His name was Boyd Elder. And if you've ever owned an Eagles record cover or Eagles record, you've seen Boyd's skulls on the covers of those records. He did pretty good off of those, man. He was living at High Cotton out in Marfa off of that. And that was before all those fancy people moved out there, you know. Anyway, this is for Boyd. Boyd Elder was a Lone Star man, painted Longhorn schools on demand, and he kept the house up in Valentine, hung out in Marfa when the lights would shine. Boyd liked that silver tequila, the Lost Horn Saloon with Sheila. He said L.A. was so illegal back in the 70s, flying with the Eagles. Hey! Well, he's driving through the desert in a Cadillac with a trunk full of Longhorn schools in the back. Working on a painting, working on a buzz, loving all the women and running from the fuzz. The cartels had a lot of dough to fill Boyd's skulls with keys a blow, but he turned them down every time. He just couldn't take the pressure on the borderline. Oh! Well, the El Chingadera was a solo show, high desert art from Presidio. It was one big party, him and Bobby Fuller. The Trans-Vegas boys wouldn't know one cooler. Here we go. Think we could make this acoustic guitar rock a little bit? Boyd Elder was a well-known character from Mexico to the west of America. He picked him up, Jackie, let him go. He said, hey, baby, now keep our soul, honey. Boyd Elder was a Lone Star man. He painted Longhorn schools on demand, and he kept that house out in Valentine. Hung out in Marfa when the lights, they would shine, man, they'd shine. And them lights would shine. Muchas gracias, amigos. Good to be back at the Mucky Duck in Houston, where I can get an honest, early November humid sweat going on. Speaking of, I used to play here when this was just a beer and wine joint. And I think they've moved up. So can we get something from the Irish ancestors over there, maybe? A little Catholic guilt for me. I'm gonna sweat a little bit tonight to make sure y'all get your money's worth. I don't want you to think I'm up here going through the motions. So I'll do a Jameson on the rocks when you get a minute. For any of you, I don't know, maybe you guys, some of y'all might be getting up and going to church in the morning. You got no judgment from me on that. Lord knows there's a lot to be praying about in this world right now. But if you're not going to church, good on you too, if you're an old backslider from Beaumont like I am. But if you are getting up, you may have to do it, but you don't have to like it. I know that. So here's a song for you. 1, 2. Oh, wait. Let's get our priorities straight. Speaking of church, may we all get to heaven 10 minutes before the devil knows we're dead. Okay, much better. 1, 2, and you know what to do. Well, Mama said, Jess, you got to get out of bed. Drag a comb across your aching head. If you come back, you better bring me some bread. Cut it fade to red. I may have to do it, may have to do it. Don't have to leg it, don't have to leg it. May have to do it, may have to do it. Don't have to leg it, don't have to leg it. May have to do it, do it, do it. Don't have to leg it. What a boss said, Jesse D, you got to punch him by 9. Check everything coming down the line. If you need a break, you better give us a sign. I'm going till the sun don't shine. I may have to do it, may have to do it. Don't have to leg it, don't have to leg it. May have to do it, may have to do it. Don't have to leg it, don't have to leg it. May have to do it, do it, do it. Don't have to leg it. Watch this. That's 10,000 hours of watching YouTube videos of Lightning Hopkins in the 3rd Ward. I'm old, but I'm not that old. I didn't see that shit live. Well, Aunt your mama said to Uncle Sam, we're gonna send you off to Afghanistan, help bring you back on the military plan. We hope you don't mind the sand. I may have to do it, may have to do it. Don't have to leg it, don't have to leg it. May have to do it, may have to do it. Don't have to leg it, don't have to leg it. May have to do it, do it, do it. Don't have to leg it. How you guys doing back there in the nosebleed section? Drinking that dome foam up there. Well, the doc said, Jesse D, you about to run out of time. Drinking all that Jim Beam and shine. Stop having any fun and you'll be fine. And I'll see you in the checkout line, cause I may have to do it, may have to do it. Don't have to leg it, don't have to leg it. May have to do it, may have to do it. But I don't have to leg it, man, don't have to leg it. May have to do it, do it, do it, don't have to leg it. All right, here we go. This is the part where I say may have to do it, you say may have to do it. I say don't have to leg it, you say don't have to leg it. Then y'all can just sit here and eat your fish and chips in this weird club lighting and look at me weird for the rest of the night. That's okay, my old man did the same shit. Bring my parents to shows, and my mom would be sitting there clapping and smiling and being all involved, and the old man would just sit there like he was just stunned the whole time. And you say, well, what'd you think about the show? I was about the best damn thing I'd ever seen in my life. And I was like, well, can you tell your face? Don't have to do it, do it, do it, don't have to leg it. One more time around the horn. Well, I may have to do it. Don't have to leg it. May have to do it, but I don't have to leg it. May have to do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, and I don't have to leg it, y'all. Oh, no, no, no. Thank you for participating. It would have been so weird if y'all would have just sat there and not said anything. They see me next day in Austin. What happened, man? Are you okay? Well, I did this song last night, and it's like a bad nightmare. The whole crowd just, they didn't say jack shit. They just... That has not happened yet, but I'm waiting for it to happen. I think it's going to happen somewhere like Des Moines or some town like that, you know. Anyway, I'm going to do another song off this new record. I spent a lot of time during COVID listening to a lot of East Texas country blues stuff. I realized it was not being represented in the current musical environment that much. You could not swing a dead cat without hitting a guy that sounds like Stevie Ray Vaughan, and they're usually not as good. So I started listening to a lot of Lightning Hopkins and Mance Lipscomb and all these people that this old woman who helped raise me when I was a little kid, she turned me on to all these records. So I wanted a deep dive because we're living in the 2000s now. You know, we used to have to dig. We'd be over in the Montrose at some old flea market record shop, digging through bins. Put about 3 or 4 quarters on the needle to slow it down so you could learn the licks. And now these kids just pop out these computers in their pocket and they just play it for them. So I went down this rabbit hole, and this is one of the songs on here. It's one I've been doing with Samantha while me and Samantha Fish were out. Cajun girl from Beaumont town, make the etouffee, drink the whiskey down. Yeah. Well, she loved to dance to Miss Barbara Lynn, kept a pistol in her purse, had $100 grin. Well, I married her on that old courthouse stand with no wedding ring, just a cigar band, and she's gone, gone, gone. Well, Jesus called her home, and my baby's long gone. One more time, shake 'em on down, y'all. Fishing for bass on the boat bank, making love on the ground by the wine we drank. Well, I caught her stepping out just a couple of times, ain't no saint myself, and I know that rhyme. She's gone, gone, gone. Well, Jesus called her home, and my baby's long gone. One more time, stomp the floor. Are y'all ready? They were just up in Georgia, Florida, pulled over the I-10 corridor. Watch out! Police said, son, you're a long way from home with your broke headlight and your shiny chrome. Well, that guitar picker can't bail you out for $1,000. You won't about your business. Watch this. She left me with a beautiful boy. He's the apple of my eye and my pride and joy. And she's really gone, gone, gone. Want to get it, old son. Cajun girl from Beaumont town, make the etouffee, drink the whiskey down, and she's gone, gone, gone. Thank you so much. You guys feeling all right tonight? Enjoying our 2 seasons of the year. I've been traveling like a madman for like 17 months with a 33-year-old girl named Samantha Fish, who's considerably younger than me. And we had a tour every month for 17 months in a row. And she's like, come on, man, let's go, let's go. Felt like my dad talking to the Labradors going hunting, like, load up. It's like, take it easy, kid. Italy will be there when we get there, man. Wow, it was good. It was a good time. But I'm glad to be home, glad to be here, back on the Gulf Coast. I'm going to do some songs. I'm going to pull out some old, go deep in the catalog. So this is a song wrote about my granddad. Here we go. Stumbling footsteps on the ground, all drunked up like Cooter Brown. We can hear him make his way up the porch. The blues in flames, a walking torch. Long as the night without a friend. If you don't believe me, just look at him. And he jumped head first back in his shallow wind. Well, he jumped head first back in the shallow wind. He married my grandma in 43. Uncle Sam shipped him off to Italy. The Second War put blood on his hands. Then he lost his mind and he lost his friends. And since then, he ain't never really been the same. Sing 'em all seems to ease the pain. Yes, he jumped head first back in this shallow wind. Well, he jumped head first back in the shallow wind. A local veterans hall helped buy him some land. Bought him a lumber mill in East Alabama. Daddy and my uncles, they did the best they could, working like the devil, chopping wood. Passed out in the loft on the hay. A little cigarette burned it all away. And he jumped head first back in his shallow wind. Well, he jumped head first back in his shallow wind. So they moved to Texas with the oil field trash, roughneck and spindle top, barely any cash. Dipped my uncle in a Viet Cong den, so they all drove to Houston where they flew the body in. And about that time, they had little old me. I hear I eased my grandma through her misery, and it jumped head first back in his shallow wind. Well, he jumped head first back in a shallow wind. His old work truck's in the barn caked with rust. Since Grandma passed, the place is full of dust. It's him and the kids except for holidays, when the grandkids come over and there's really nothing to say, and long as the night without a friend. If you don't believe me, well, just look at him. And he jumped head first back in his shallow wind. Well, he jumped head first back in his shallow wind. All right, now all the fun stuff over. This is one of the more comedic, lighthearted songs I'll be playing tonight. But not every song can be I'm at home getting hammered while she's out getting nailed. Kinky Friedman warned me about that song. As soon as I wrote it, and this was before it got in that movie, and You know, it got in this movie, and then that outlaw country radio, Sirius XM, started. And when they latched onto that thing, they played it like, I was like the Foreigner of outlaw country. I was like Journey on outlaw country. And, but I called Kinky Friedman up, and I said, man, I wrote this ridiculous song called I'm at Home Getting Hammered while she's out getting nailed. He goes, be careful with that one. And this is coming from a man who, you know. So me and Kinky got to be really good friends. Kinky would call me in the middle of the night from like Belgium, and just my phone would ring and it would say Kinky, so I'd always pick it up because you never know. And he would just say, he wouldn't say hello or anything. He'd go, Jess, if you're going to have sex with an animal, make sure it's a horse. That way if things don't work out, you've always got a ride home. And then he'd just hang up. No bye, kiss my ass, nothing. How's it going? But he told me, he goes, you know, when I wrote Asshole from El Paso, nobody wanted to hear any of my serious songs anymore. All right, well, what are you going to do? Let's see what we got here, huh? Let's go deep into this one. All right, this one's kind of that 70s outlaw thing to it. And I used to have this agent that I worked with, and he would always try to, hey, man, you got to go listen to this guy's over here. And I was like, man, I'm from Beaumont, Texas. I'm not going to sound like that. I can't sound like anything but what I'm doing. I said, I can't, this is just the way we are. And I said about like 3 years of saying that. And finally, he was like, you ought to write a song. Just go, this is the way we are. And I said, you know, you're the most uncreative suit I've ever dealt with in my life, but I think you're right. Blew our minds out the night before on Mexican lettuce and cold Lone Star, but now we're driving to a gig so far. Brother, we can't help the way that we are. Well, last night we sold out and we had it wired. Tonight we couldn't get arrested if we set ourselves on fire. Still we're picking these old guitars. Brother, we can't help the way that we are. Oh, now can I sing to you the truth about the blues and the heartache, Lord, that we all go through? It ain't the ex-wife or the whiskey or the life of a gypsy, just a toll on the souls of me and you. So now we're up there and we're on the stage. Man, we're just picking for the wealthy and the minimum wage, but we do it for nothing. Our drinks from the bar. Brother, we can't help the way that we are. Watch this. Oh, now can I sing to you the truth about the blues and the heartache, Lord, that we all go through? It ain't the ex-wife or the whiskey or the life of a gypsy, just the souls on the toes of me and you. So now we're up there and we're or on the stage. Man, we're just picking for the wealthy and that minimum wage. But we do it for nothing, or drinks from the bar. Brother, we can't help the way that we are. Oh, we can't help the way that we are. Brother, we can't help the way that we are. Thank you very much. How you guys doing up here in the front row, huh? Feeling a little special? I heard Billy Joel buys all the front row seats up so he doesn't have a bunch of goobers go in there and talk on their phones and talk to each other the front time. He buys the whole front row up and then goes out and tells his guys, give it to the most hardcore fans you could find. I was like, that's an awesome idea if you got a lot of money. But you guys are great. You guys are smiling and participating and making a brother feel like welcome. Well, let me see what else we got. I'd like to dedicate this song to all you people who, the true crazy ones are the people who stay together for a really long time. We got that backwards in this society. So easy to leave. You can leave. Just go rent an apartment, man. Change churches. Don't go to that Piggly Wiggly. It's not that big a deal. I mean, you'll hurt for a little bit, but I guarantee you in a few years you'll be like, she got me ready for you. But these people that just stay together forever and ever and ever, that's some sadistic stuff going on right there. You start finishing each other's sentences and shit. But, what are you guys, 18? 13? 32 years? It's pretty crazy. Do y'all ever get up in the morning and look at each other and go, oh my God? Yeah, and then you just let her sleep. Yeah. That's funny. Well, this is a song called Lately I've Let Things Slide. With a growing sense of dread and a hammer in my head, fully clothed upon my bed. Oh, yes, I wake up to the world that lately I've been living in. Well, there's a cut upon my brow. I must have banged myself somehow, but I can't remember now. And my front door's open wide, 'cause lately I've let things slide. Well, I go to the bin, throw my laundry in, pick up my cleaner's dirty shirt. Oh, I keep telling myself that I don't really hurt. Oh, smoking I once quit, but now I've got one lit. I just fell back into it. And my front door's open wide, 'cause lately I've let things slide. Here we go. I go to the bin, throw my laundry in, pick out the cleanest dirty shirt. I keep telling myself that I don't really hurt. All that untouched takeaway I brought home the other day, well, it's got quite a lot to say. And the front door's open wide. Oh, yes, about how lately I've let things slide. And I keep holding on, my friends, 'cause lately I've let things slide. Thank you very much. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I like playing early shows now. All that bullshit about, hey, you're going to go on at 11 tonight, 11:30. That's going to cost you. If I could play every night starting at 7 o'clock, because then you have the rest of the night to do whatever the hell you want, and which for me usually means being in bed and watching some Netflix. Or some Astros reruns if I'm feeling down. I don't even want to talk about it. But, yeah, man, I'm in that survival mode age now, you know, where you pick your fights. I'm going to do a song. I have not done this song in a very long time. I was on a tour with a band, Social Distortion. And this is right when my records, first stuff started coming out, and nobody in Nashville, they didn't know, is he country, is he rock, what is he, you know. And so they put me out on tour with Social D, and I got to be good friends with Mike Ness. And we were playing this show in Atlanta, and this girl came to the show, and her name was Grace. And she drove 100 miles there to see us, 100 miles back, and her mama was watching her kids because her daddy had took off, and some guy was backstage. It's just some old black dude who was working at the club, and he goes, well, ain't Grace amazing? And I had a white trash Shakespearean epiphany. That's a song. Morning, Mr. Rooster, rise and shine your pretty head. She got coffee on and 10 dresses, and they're scattered all over her bed. 100 miles to Atlanta, back to work for each day. Singing honky-tonks in the nighttime and working for the suits in the day. Yeah. Well, ain't Grace amazing? For a small town girl, ain't Grace amazing? In a fast moving world, ain't Grace amazing? She's gonna get up tomorrow and do it all over again. Y'all still with me? Can I get a hell yeah? That's pretty good. I played for bigger crowds that said it not that big. Daddy left home at 5 years old. Never really saw him again. She never did what she was told. She kind of blew around with the wind. Well, now, Saturday night, getting tight. Sunday morning, singing gospel songs. Well, the catfish flying away bye-bye. Hey, when her mama passed on. Grace amazing in a small world. Ain't grace amazing in this big old fast moving world? Ain't grace amazing? She's gonna get up tomorrow and do it all over again. Grace amazing for a small town girl. Ain't grace amazing in a fast moving world? Ain't grace amazing? She's gonna get up tomorrow and do it all over again. Thank y'all for helping me out with that clapping. I'll have to pay y'all as drummers tonight. This woman just looked at me like, I'm expensive. Just a bottle of wine? Well, let me see what else we got on this list here. What's that? So I had a lot of things happen to me when I was a kid playing the Continental Club in Austin, Texas. And it was very hard to be a guitar player from the Beaumont, Houston area. To go over there, it was very cutthroat. There were a lot of killer guitar players, and they were all vying for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. And I was playing on a Friday night there. Had a bunch of great stuff happen to me. I met Sam Shepard, the playwright there. He was there with his wife, Jessica, I forgot her name, Lang. For all you guys that don't know her, she was the hottie in the 70s King Kong. When he was holding her up like that, it was that girl. But he came in there one night, and I think we kind of pissed Jessica off because we were drinking whiskey and talking about Conway Twitty for like 2 hours. She was not impressed at all. I'm going to leave you boys to it, or whatever she said. She took off. But he wrote his number down on a matchbook. That was before we had cell phones. And he goes, man, I really want you to call me in the morning. I go, you really don't want me to call you in the morning. So I called him, and he put my first song that I ever had. I called him the next morning at like 10 o'clock, and He goes, hey, man, I didn't think you'd call me. And he was just so cool. And he was a big playwright. Everybody was gurming out and huddling around Jessica. Nobody knew who he was. I knew who he was. He was a playwright, wrote all these great plays. And he did this movie called Curse of the Starving Class with Kathy Bates and a bunch of people. And he put this song in as the main title song. And I didn't have 2 nickels to rub together back then. So he's the first guy that ever put some money in my bank account where I could stop playing all them terrible joints. I just had to play this kind of terrible joints for a while. Anyway, this is a song about going down to Boys Town. This is... 1, 2, 3. All black and blue with the morning wind. You know, this is just so melancholy. I don't feel like playing this shit right now. Hell, if I don't want to sit through it, I know y'all don't. I'm getting old, man. 3.5 minutes is a lifetime. Can I, all right, who wants to hear it, who doesn't want to hear it? Only 3 people want to hear it. Fuck it, we're going to the next song. I'll do it. All wild and green like a cactus in June, headed for the border by the light of the moon. That Texas highway will be ending soon. Oh, tequila dreams dancing in our heads, lonesome senoritas welcome us to bed. Oh, instead of love, we sold lust instead. But in a summer sweat, we'll buy another round. We'll make a toast to life underground in Boys Town. Oh. That old cantina's got a cockfight going on, and the money rides on the strongest one. Oh, but in the end, it's all just feathers and blood. Oh, the rich stay rich, with the poor with fear, and it's been that way for 1,000 years. Things never change too much down here. Down in a summer sweat, we'll buy another round. We'll make a toast to life underground in Boys Town. Here we go. will spend a life away. They're just the thing that laws I want in Boys Town. In Boys Town. In Boys Town. Hey! Muchas gracias, amigos. Well, thank you. I don't know how he's buying me all this whiskey, but I appreciate it. Keep giving me these Girl Scout pours. Take it easy on me, okay? I'm not tough as I used to be. All right, so I'm going to do this song. See if I got my... Oh, yeah, I got it right here. So I got to do an open tuning on this thing. We're going to see if we can get the hillbilly tuning in the middle of the Houston humidity. Oh, that's nice. So we're going to do a song about this old Creole woman from Crowley, Louisiana. Can I get an aye? She lived with my family, and she helped raise me. When I tell some people that, they're like, "Oh, y'all must have had money," but we didn't have money. She just helped raise me. She lived with us. And my mom and dad were off working, chasing that money. And my brother and sister are up at the University of Texas. Y'all got to take it easy on me on this now, okay? I ain't going to drink all this. Just for the record, thank you very much. I love you. But just for the record, Dublin has a whole lot of this, okay? It's not running out. We're not in a hurry. But anyway, this old woman, my brother and sister went to University of Texas, and they were doing what my grandfather in Beaumont commonly referred to as smoking that damn stuff and listening to them damn Beatles records up in Austin. He'd say, "You know why Austin's in the middle of the state so the rest of us can keep an eye on you." He's an old hard charger, dude. He took none of my free thinking bullshit, none of it. But anyway, I'm at home, you know, I'm a little kid, and I'm at home with this old woman. She's like 81 years old, and we're listening to Muddy Waters, dancing to Zydeco, learning how to make a roux so I know how to make a gumbo. That, my friends, right there, that impressed a lot of women in Los Angeles, California. Some little Jewish girl from Brentwood, "This is the best soup I've ever had in my life." You know? All right, they'd be like, "What's taking so long?" It's like, "It's a 2 6-pack roux, darling." But she also taught me how to roll a not too tight kite cigarette, which will come in handy later in the early mid-2000s in the civilized places in America. But my dad would come in and be like, he was old school, you know, and he'd come in and we'd be like in the kitchen dancing to Zydeco. "What the hell's going on in here? Turn on some Ernest Tubb, my guy," you know what I mean? Anyway, she was my best buddy. I'm going to do this song for her right now. Sweet potatoes cooking in the kitchen on Sunday after church. She's humming along with the gospel station on the radio while she works. And through the house you could hear a voice, brother, to the front porch swing. You could hear choke up when the preacher mentioned Martin Luther King. It was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing. Well, it seemed like she lived with us most of the time, but she kept her place across town. Daddy picked her up in his big black Lincoln, all the neighbors, they come out. They said, oh, Mr. Robert Earl, son, well, you've been so good to me. Hey, Daddy hugged her neck, said, whatever you need, darling, you're part of my family. It was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing. Well, she walked me to school every morning when I was just a little boy. She'd hold my hand and we'd sing together, you are my sunshine and my joy. I said, oh, Miss Victoria, woman, what can I say? Hey, the black old lady was my best friend, made me who I am today. It was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing. She was born in 1897 on Louisiana-Texas line. And she left a damn near 90-something, not a sick day in her life. When she passed, it hit us hard, and brother, we all felt the pain, yes. Hey, our funeral was black and white, but our tears were all the same. It was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing. Oh. Oh, well. Oh. Thank you. Chokes me up one. That chokes me up. That's a good one. Now, there's a sign up there that says we're on air. That actually does mean we're on air, right? Okay, so there's some dude in Kazakhstan watching us right now. Some kid who's going to be a badass guitar player one day. Were you guys feeling all right so far? No, we got time for a couple of more. So when I was a kid, my brother and sister, as I tell y'all before, they hung out at University of Texas in Austin when that town was actually legitimately weird. Now it's a bunch of tech bros buying up all the working class neighborhoods, driving out all the poor musicians. Just like it happens everywhere. Happened in all the other cities. It's happening in Austin. Luckily, I got grandfathered into that neighborhood I'm in. I did these movies in the late 90s, and I had a nice guy from Houston, Texas, named Paul Friedman, who told me to invest my money, and I was living in a garage apartment, and I bought a house next door to the guy I was renting the garage apartment from because of Paul Friedman from Houston, Texas, who used to come see me play at the Pig and Whistle. And he goes, look, man, here's my number. I'm an accountant. My dad's an accountant. My grandfather's an accountant. Call me if you ever. And he did me right. And but when my brother and sister were going to school up there, they would bring home all these records, because the only thing we knew about in Beaumont was ZZ Top and George Strait. Which it really is all you really need to know, but, But we weren't getting all the hip shit, We didn't know about all these scenes, and so my brother would come home with these records, and, he'd say, hey, this is the Fabulous Thunderbirds, or, whatever it was, whatever cool stuff it was, and then one day he comes home and he goes, hey, man, why don't you come to Houston with me? We're going to go to this place called Anderson Fair. And I was like 16 years old. And he goes, we're going to go see a songwriter. And I was like, well, what kind of music is it? He's like, well, he writes songs. I go, well, that's some really, vague, big shit. Does he write all kinds of different polka songs, or? He goes, no, man, he's just a songwriter. You'll get it when we get there. So we go there. Good Lord, y'all are killing me. Thank you. Take it easy on the singer now. Thank you very much, so I appreciate it. Whew. My liver's terrified. What am I seeing, my cousins in County Cork right now? So he comes, so we drive all the way, hour and 15, whatever it is, Beaumont, go to Anderson Fair, and we get there, and Townes Van Zant's playing. And, I mean, if Townes wasn't drinking, it was like seeing Bob Dylan and Hank Sr. all rolled into one. It was mind-blowing. I didn't get to meet him or anything, but I got to watch him, and I was, a little too young to be in there, but the hippie door guy knew my brother and let me in. And it was, for days I walked around, oh, man, songwriters, that's the shit, man. Who cares about rockabilly and goth and punk rock? So I just started buying it all up, man. Guy Clark, you name it, all that stuff, and started listening to it. And then fast forward about 4 years later, this is some real Houston shit. I don't know if y'all know this, but there's a place over there called Live Bait. Really? Are y'all just screaming? You remember Live Bait? It's right around the corner. So I walk into Live Bait at happy hour, and there's this old guy in the back with his guitar case. And I said, hey, man, are you Guy Clark? And he goes, that depends on if you're buying me a drink or not. I was like, sure, He didn't want to sing. He didn't want to hang out with me. He was a gruff old songwriter. And so I went and got him a drink, and then I got him another one, and I got him another one, and we're just drinking, and I'm trying to impress him and talk about some highbrow Charles Bukowski book shit or something he doesn't even care about. He could see me coming a mile away, you know. And then he finally puts down his drink, and he goes, well, kid, I got to go. I got a gig tonight at Rockefeller's. And I said, hey, man, can I tag along with you? And he's like, okay. I was just, you know, he did not want to hang out with me, but I just wanted to be around him, you know. And so this like late 70s four-door monkey shit brown Mercury with all these whiskey dents pulls up. You get in, it smells like an ashtray. And I just keep my mouth shut, and then we get there, and we're walking into the back of Rockefeller's, and I said, hey, man, how do you remember all those words after all that whiskey you drink? He said, oh, you ought to see this guy I'm playing with tonight. He makes me shine like a diamond. And it was Townes Van Zandt. And Townes was hammered, but he was still great. And Townes wanted to hang out that night, and he smoked all my cigarettes, and he talked about the universe and big picture stuff that was way over my head. And so I'm going to do a Townes Van Zandt song for you. Well, I'm going down on the highway and listen to them big trucks whine. Well, I'm going down on some highway, listen to them big trucks whine. Well, that white freight liner's gonna ease my worried mind. Well, I might go up to New Mexico, y'all. People seem to treat me fine. I might go up to New Mexico, y'all. People seem to treat me kind. Well, that white freight liner's gonna ease my worried mind. Oh, let's drive that old thing. I got some bad news from Houston, and half of my friends are dying. Oh, I got some bad news from Houston, y'all. Half of my friends are dying. Well, that white freight liner's gonna ease my worried mind. That old trucking sound. You like that hee-haw lick? After you play it, you gotta go, son. I'm going down on the highway, listen to them big trucks whine, yeah. I'm going down on some highway and listen to them big trucks whine. Well, that white freight liner's gonna ease my worried mind. I said that white freight liner's gonna ease my worried mind. I said that white freight liner's gonna ease my worried mind. Thank y'all very much. I hope y'all enjoy the show. I appreciate y'all being here. It means a lot to me. And you know I love me some Houston, Texas. We got to do that silly stuff where I leave stage and y'all just sit here and